Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Y'all? We're about to get started. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Today is Teaching Tuesday, and y'all know what we do every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. We talk about a bunch of stuff that you need to know, that I know, that you may not know, and I'm going to make sure you know, okay? We talk about health insurance, life insurance, Medicare, and retirement planning, and all of that in between. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to give it a few seconds, let people join in. But to those of you that are here, I want to say thank you so much for joining. Y'all know how I do it. I shouldn't drink them, but I've had my Red Bull, so I'm kind of on one tonight. I know the kids are back in school, so y'all parents are probably happy that y'all kids are gone during the day and not eating up all the food. But to those of you, you did make it through the summertime, so now it's time for the kids to come back to school. Miss Debbie, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. Y'all, today we got a good topic. We're going to talk. We got something good to talk about, y'all. Today, guys, we're going to talk about hard conversations. That's what we're going to talk about today. Conversations that you probably need to have with your children or with your loved ones or your parents. We're going to talk about those conversations. It's going to be 5 of them. We're going to talk about those 5 conversations, and then we're going to talk about ways to overcome the objectives and the barriers and all of that stuff, okay? But guys, before we get started, there's a few things I just wanted to remind you all of. Remember, I said once before that I have an ebook. So guys, that ebook has dropped already. I'm going to leave the link below. I want you all to join that ebook. Join that link and go ahead and get that ebook for me also. Guys, also, when I started this Teaching Tuesday situation, it was literally in my living room. Like I was just doing something in my living room, and it's grown into this, and we've been doing it now for about 6 months. So I'm trying to move away from my personal page and use my Facebook groups. Guys, y'all can see their best tips for life insurance, retirement, business, and Medicare is on the screen. I want y'all to join that Facebook group. That way, y'all can get all the announcements and all the good information. I'm going to be answering health insurance, life insurance questions, all that stuff. So definitely make sure y'all join that group. Y'all remember, this is a fully interactive platform. To those of you that just came in, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. We got a good topic. We're going to talk about hard conversations that we need to have with our parents or our loved ones or our children that we've been avoiding for a long time. We're going to talk about that today, okay? So y'all come on in. To those of you that's here, can I get a thumbs up if y'all can hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me. Brandon, thank you so much for joining me. Can I get a thumbs up from everyone that's here, please? We're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. We got a good topic to talk about tonight. We're talking about difficult conversations. And I don't know if we're skipping or not. If y'all can hear me, can you put a thumbs up or happy face, smiley face, emoji, something to let me know y'all are here, please? Hello, Facebook user. All right, I see y'all here. Okay, good deal. All right, I want to make sure y'all can at least hear me. So, guys, last week, I want to say first of all to those of you that just came in the area, Miss Holly, thank you so much for joining tonight. We're going to talk about difficult conversations that we need to have with our parents, our loved ones, or our children about us getting older. That's what we're going to talk about in a second. I just wanted to give us a second, get started. To those of you who were here last week, am I skipping? Everything is good. Brandon, Miss Debbie. All right, good. All right, y'all. So, y'all, last week, if you did not join me last week, it's okay. Of course, you can go to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna use my YouTube link. I'm gonna leave that link below. Y'all can go there and look at all of the videos that I've ever recorded. There's about 25 or 30 of them there. But on last week, I had a guest speaker, Dunn Anderson. All right. Thank you, Miss Debbie. I had Dunn Anderson with me last week. He's a financial he's a financial professional, but he also does mortgages and he's really big in the mortgage industry in the Dallas area. Y'all see his information right there on the screen. If y'all looking for a home loan or y'all got questions about homes, reach out to Dunn. He's a perfect contact. To those of you that just came in, thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about 5 conversations that all of us need to have with our elderly parents, or conversations that parents you should have with your children or your loved ones. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, one good thing about Dunn being here last week, we talked about reverse mortgages, but as he was talking, he went ahead and said that a lot of people that get reverse mortgages are in financial strain, like maybe for medical costs, or maybe they're having financial difficulty, so they revert to reverse mortgages and they never communicate that with their children, right? And when that happens, it kind of leaves the kids kind of uncomfortable and in an uncomfortable position because they don't really know what's going on with their parents' finances. So, to those of you that have known me for a while, you know that my history, my background is in Medicare planning. To those of you that just came, I want to say thank you so much for joining me, guys. Today, we're going to talk about hard conversations that you should have with your parents or your children. To those of you that's here, give me a thumbs up, happy face, something like that, so I can know y'all are alive and well. All right, good deal. Good deal. So, guys, yesterday, sorry, last Tuesday when we was talking to Dunn, he was mentioning that we as children or as parents have to start communicating and talking about the hard questions, like the hard issues. And I know for many people, we have this rule that we do not discuss finances. Like, we don't talk about what my parents are making, how much money they have in the bank. They don't know how much money we have in the bank. It's kind of a secret. But what happens is, guys, as our parents get older, or as you get older, uh, and you're unable to communicate or keep up with your finances, then your kids have to kind of figure out how to do it. So I came up with this thought to discuss with us today the 5 hard conversations that we need to have with our children. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead, jump into it, guys. I got some slides. But the 5 hard conversations that we're going to talk about today is physical and mental well-being, living arrangements, our financial talk, our expectations, and end of life planning, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's start off, guys, with, well, we're not going to start off yet. Let me ask the question. Has anybody here dealt with their elderly parents getting older, right? Like living alone, transitioning as they get older? Has anybody dealt with that? Let me get some a conversation, a dialogue started. Has anybody here dealt with has anybody here dealt with that? Tracy, thank you so much for joining me today. Today, guys, we're talking about hard conversations that we need to have with our elderly parents, or vice versa. All right, so Daria, you said you're dealing with it right now. How has that experience been? Just say good, bad. Tracy, thank you for joining me. Okay. Okay. So it could be a difficult situation, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about speaking to our elderly parents, or our parents as they get older. Daria said it's difficult, and I'm sure it is. So, Daria, if you have any tips, tricks, any of that, I don't know why it's not showing up on the screen. Um, but if you have any tips and tricks and you understand what I'm talking about, feel free to join in with your comments and all of that stuff. All right, guys. So let's jump right into it. So the first difficult conversation that we're going to have, and the reason I wanted to talk about this is, let's just go over some stats, okay? Did y'all know that 34 million Americans over the age of 65 suffer from depression? And what's so bad about that is, many times they suffer from depression in silence, in isolation. And the reason that is this many senior citizens actually suffering from depression is because of widowhood, stress, because of medical issues. No, no, we'll take that down, Sabu. Okay. Um, Financial difficulty, and then them being lonely. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Did y'all know, actually, the CDC actually named the pandemic for seniors a double pandemic, because not only were they afraid and they were getting sick, or they're getting sick, but they're also stuck in the house alone. Their kids can't come see them, their grandkids can't come see them. So for senior citizens, it's considered a double pandemic. And that's why actually senior citizen suicide rate is up 23% more than it was in 2018. So this is really a serious issue. To those of you that are just now joining in, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about 5 hard conversations that we need to have with our elderly parents, or our parents need to have with their children. Okay. So let's look at the first conversation that we need to have with our elderly parents. And I'm going to throw up that slide. The first one is physical and mental health. Okay. So, Daria, I'm sure you know Tracy, Dr. Tracy Brown. I'm sure you know also, when seniors get older, a lot of times they get depressed, and they may also have issues with Alzheimer's, or the ability to you know, do everything that they're used to doing on their own. So I'm gonna say the first talk that we need to have with our parents is about their physical and mental health. Okay. And there's a few things that you can kind of, I'm not gonna say snoop around to see, but there's certain things that you'll notice. Okay. Ask your parents, are they confused? Do you notice that are they becoming forgetful or frustrated about things that's going on? Also, guys, my background is in Medicare. Thank you guys for joining me. My background is in Medicare, and I used to go to so many senior citizens' homes, and then I noticed that they had tons and tons of medication. And as a child of a senior that's going through multiple doctors and getting multiple pieces of medication or multiple medication, um, we have to make sure that we stay on top of things like that. And y'all, actually, Dr. Tracy Brown is here. She said the body fails before their mind, causing physical issues. And that's absolutely true, guys. So when you're working with your parents, make sure that you understand who their medical team is. How often do they visit the doctor? How many medications are they taking, and for what condition? There was so many times that I would meet a senior and their kids wasn't there. They didn't know when their parents' next doctor's appointment was. The parent was struggling to get to the doctor because maybe they didn't have transportation, or as Nashville continues to grow and Dallas continues to grow, they're scared to drive on the roads and the interstates and things like that. So many of them would either miss medical appointments, or they just, they wouldn't go to the doctor. They may forget to take their medication, or they get confused about which medication to take. So it's really important as children of senior citizens that we make it a priority to go and understand what our parents are dealing with when it comes to their health and their physical, mental health. Okay. So that's number one. So I want us to make sure that we ask our parents, what medications are you taking, mom? And what are these medications for? Who is your doctor, and what do you go to that doctor for? When is your next doctor's appointment? Because I want to go with you. Are y'all getting that? Dr. Tracy, Daria, Miss Debbie, Brandon, all the attendees there, do you understand? It's important that we take care of our parents, okay? And having the physical and mental health talk is the number one priority on the list, okay? All right, guys, let's roll to the next one. The next thing is living arrangements. Let's throw up living arrangements. Okay, guys, so living arrangements. Let's talk about this. When you go to your parents' home, do you see a bunch of mail? Some of you guys, yeah, we see a bunch of mail, right? Sometimes you go to your parents' house and you see a lot of mail that's stacked up. Okay. That's a sign, guys. That's a sign. If you're going to your parents' house and they have tons of mail that's not opened, we need to question that. Okay. Are they able to take care of their home? Many times our parents, they grow up, or as we grow up in a house, 3, 4 bedrooms. And as our parents get older, they're not able to continue to take care of that house. It's just too overwhelming for them. Okay. They don't want to cut the grass. They may feel scared when they're home alone. They may not stacked up the refrigerator like we're used to seeing, which many times causes them to eat unhealthy. Okay. So when you go to your parents' house, Thanksgiving and Christmas, if you're one of those people that go to your parents' house on a regular basis, look at the fridge and notice, is it healthy food there or is it no food there? How often do your parents go to the grocery store? Are they getting healthy foods, or are they getting the cheapest of the cheap because they don't have the finances to pay for the increased cost of food? Think about that. Make sure we consider that as we're going over to see them. Is the grass being cut? Is the mail piling up? Ask your parents at night, mom, are you scared to be in this big old house by yourself? Have anybody ever asked their parents, mom, are you scared to be in the house by yourself? Let me get some responses, y'all. How many of us has actually asked our parents, mom, you're in this house by yourself, are you afraid? Give me some hands up if you asked that question. Okay, so not many people have asked that question, right? Okay, so that's a question, guys, that I want us to ask. Tracy said, Tracy, thank you so much. You said our community needs to understand the value of assisted living, a little health guidance. This is not a nursing home. There you go. There you go, guys. Maybe having someone come to sit with your mom a couple of days a week so that they're not lonely if you're not in the city. Tino, good job. Ask your mom that, man. Ask her, how's it going, mom? Are you scared to be here? Are you okay? Do you have food? Do you need someone to come cut your grass? These are questions that we need to ask our senior citizens, okay? And Miss Tracy Brown, she's going to be on here in a week or two. So if y'all have questions about some of the things that she's mentioning, the difference between nursing home care and the value of assisted living, I'm gonna have her on, y'all. And she's gonna answer these questions for us. All right. All right. So let's think about the living arrangement talk. So right now, guys, we have the physical and mental health of our parents. How are they doing physically and mentally? Are they depressed? Are they having a difficult time walking up the stairs? Are they eating healthy? All that stuff. Then we're going to talk to them about the living arrangements. Mom, do you need some assistance? Do you need someone to come over here and cut your grass? Do you need someone to come over here and paint? There you go, Daria. Daria says she encouraged her dad to hire some cutters, right? Because at 65, I don't know, or 70, I don't know if I'll feel comfortable going outside cutting grass and it's hot outside, right? So, but when we think about that, Daria, we think about, do they have the money to pay someone? So that's another question, y'all. That's going to lead us to the next subject. Our next subject we're going to talk about is financial talk. This is a good one. To those of you who just came in, I want to say welcome to Teaching Tuesday. Today we're talking about the 5 important conversations that we need to have with our parents. Hey, I'm gonna slow it down because y'all, I started listening to music. It's music in the background, and then I just started talking all fast. So I'm gonna slow it down for the newcomers, guys. Today we're talking about 5 important conversations that we have avoided that we need to talk to our senior parents about. Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about today. We're on number 3, but to those of you that missed the first 2, the first one we talked about physical and mental health. Asking our parents about their physical and mental health. Are they confused? What medications are they taking? What doctors are they going to? Secondly, we're going to talk about living arrangements. Are they able to take care of their houses? Are they scared to be alone? Is the grass cut? Is the mail piling up? Are they eating healthy? Is the refrigerator stocked up? And then Dr. Tracy just made a good point. Throw up that comment for Dr. Tracy, guys. Dr. Tracy said, ask these questions to your strong parents. We see them as superheroes, but they need even more focused questions, especially around money, guys. Everybody knows, or everybody assumes that their parents are superheroes, right? Like my mom is strong, my dad is strong. They never need help. They've always been the helper of the family. Those are the people that we need to ask these questions to. Why is that, Tracy? Why do we need to ask our strong parents specifically about these type of situations? Just gonna see what you have to say about that. I'm gonna go on and answer. She's probably typing. But I'm gonna say ask our strong parents that because our strong parents aren't that becoming of answering questions, right? Especially parents who work in the financial industry, right? Because our strong parents don't want to worry our kids, right? Like we don't want to worry Daria. We don't want to worry Tracy. She has her own kids. We don't want to worry Sabu. He has his own family. So just like Dr. Tracy said, pride and end up unprepared. Because John has his own family, he's doing his own thing. I don't want to worry him and burden him with my issues. And that's what many parents do, guys. So we as children have to ask those questions to our parents. Do you need anything, mama? And even if they say no, observe the signs, right? Go in the refrigerator and look and see what they're eating. All right. All right. So we're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on to the financial talk, and y'all see that I have. Don't forget, guys, we have the Facebook community. I want you guys to join. Also, go check out my book. It's called No Dumb Questions: Life Insurance Questions You're Too Embarrassed to Ask. So make sure y'all get that as well. All right, so we're gonna jump forward to our financial talk. All right, this is a tough one, y'all, because who wants somebody in their business, right? Who wants somebody in their business? My mama don't want me in her financial business. Yep, Miss Debbie, that's my family. Pride and unprepared. I feel you, Miss Debbie. And they have the best intentions. It's not intentional, right? It's not intentional. And for a lot of people, a lot of family and older people, being prideful and taking care of yourself is something that they consider a sign of being strong. So looking at the financial talk, y'all, there was so many times that I would go out to a Medicare beneficiary and they would have tons of packages. This is before the Amazon phenomenon, right? This was when everybody was ordering off of HSN and they were just kind of sitting at home ordering a bunch of stuff, gowns and blenders and uh, you name it, they would order it, shoes. And I would ask a lot of those people, Miss Smith, when you gonna open your package? And she would say, oh, I'll get to it eventually. And next thing you know, I come over there 2 or 3 weeks later and it's 10 more packages in the living room. So it's important, guys, that we have the financial talk with our parents, okay? Especially in today's times where rent is high, interest rates are high, food is expensive, electric bills are expensive. Miss Debbie, you know what HSN is. I didn't want to call out HSN, but I remember Home Shopping Network was one of the networks or one of the stores that a lot of my clients would order from. Home Shopping Network. They will have blenders and everything. So we're going to ask these questions to our family. Daria said, "Don't forget QVC." QVC was a big one too. That was before Amazon. It may still be going on. So y'all, the financial talk that we're going to have with our parents, we're going to ask them, and you will notice the packages keep coming. So those of you that just joined, we're talking about conversations that you need to have with your elderly parents. Do they regularly purchase from HSN, Amazon, or do online purchasing? Okay. That's a good question. What about this? Can you all imagine if your parent got sick? Okay. We're just going to take COVID, for example, because it's so easy and relatable now. Your mom got sick with COVID. She's down for a couple of months. Okay. Do you know what bills she has? Do you know what bills are coming out of her checking account or her credit card bills? Do you know that? Guys, it's important that we ask our parents, mom, dad, do you have an itemized list of your monthly expenses? If you get sick, I want to make sure that we keep up with your bills. But if I don't know what they are, then I can't keep up with them. So let's press our parents to go ahead and get that itemized list of their monthly expenses. That's a big one. Tracy, that's right, Dr. Brown. Tracy said they don't even know. Many of us, we don't know what our parents pay every month because they've always paid their bills, and I don't want you in my business. So I'll buy what I want, and you just stay in a child's place. That goes to number 4. Are they overpaying for anything like cable, their electricity? I know in Texas, there's deregulated electricity. So I remember when I was there, or when I'm there, my electric bill was super high simply because I didn't know how to pick the plan. That's a good one, y'all. Check our parents' bills. If your parent is paying $200 for cable, maybe somebody has taken advantage of them, or maybe they didn't choose the right plan for them. Okay. So that's a question that we need to ask. Mom, let me see your bill. How much you pay for cable? How much is your electric bill? How much is your cell phone bill? And let's make sure that they're paying the appropriate amount, because the cost of food and everything, gas, is increasing. We want to make sure that we save them as much money as they can. We also want to ask number 3, mama, daddy, how much are you spending, or how much do you have coming in every month? If your social security check is $700 and maybe your retirement check is $1,000, I know that you're bringing in this amount of money. So it's important that we make sure that you're balanced. And if you need additional money, mom, I'm here to help you with that. Or maybe we can find resources in the community that can help you break even so that you can save for just in case your air conditioner goes out, or just because, just in case you have an issue with your car. Those are questions that we need to ask y'all. So let's talk about this, the financial talk. So to those of you that just joined in today, guys, we're talking about the 5 hard conversations that we need to have with our elderly parents. They are the physical and mental talk, the living arrangement talk. Right now, guys, we're talking about the financial talk. Let's ask those questions to our parents. How much money do you have, mom? Are you able to make your bills every month, dad? Do you need any help? Let's review your bills. Let me understand. Let me get all in your business when it comes to your money, okay? Next, guys, we're going to talk about expectations. We're going to talk about expectations, guys. The expectation talk. So I probably see my mom every day, my parents every day, every other day. And as they get older and I get older, and as we have kids and we kind of decide or move away, we should ask our parents now, what do they expect from us? Do they expect to move in with us? As some people get older, like Dr. Tracy said, we don't do assisted living, right? So if your parents need assistance, where are they going to go? Are they going to a nursing home? Are they going to come and stay in your extra bedroom? That's a question that we need to ask now. So if something happens, remember we're talking about the wins, the ifs, right? If something happens, what's the expectation so that we can be prepared for those? So ask our parents, how often do you hope to see me and and your grandkids? Do you want us to come over every week? Do you want us to come over every day? Or are you okay with only seeing us on Christmas and Thanksgiving? Okay. That's a serious question that we need to ask our parents right now before they get older, right? That's a question we need to ask right now. We're also going to ask, is assisted living even an option? I've talked to so many seniors who say, I don't want to burden my kids. I'll just go to a nursing home. But if they had another option and they understood that their kids don't want them at a nursing home, maybe they wouldn't even say that. So while our parents are young, guys, let's ask them, Mom, if something were to happen to you, are you okay with going to an assisted living facility, or do you want to come live with me? And if they say, I don't mind come living with you, you can assure them that you're not a burden if they're not a burden. Some people don't want it, but some people do. All right. So we're going to talk about the expectations. So far, guys, we've covered physical and mental health and well-being, their living arrangements. Are they able to take care of their property, their houses, all that stuff? Then we talked about the financial talk. Are they able to pay their bills? Can they afford their medicine? Do they need financial assistance? And then we talked about the expectation talk. What do you expect from me as your child? Are you going to come live with me? How often do you want to see me? How much assistance are you needing from me when you get older? And lastly, guys, we're going to talk about this one. I hate that I know it's a touchy subject, but the reality is, guys, we don't live forever, right? And y'all know my background is in life insurance. So I'm used to life insurance questions and all that. That's why I wrote the book, No Dumb Questions, Life Insurance Questions You're Too Embarrassed to Ask. That link is in the comments below. Okay. So take a look at that book for those questions. But let me say this, guys. We're going to talk about the end of life. Let's throw that slide up here, guys. Y'all here with me? If y'all can hear me, let me get some thumbs up. How y'all feeling tonight? It's still early. It's only 7:35. How y'all feeling, y'all? You know, I got a Red Bull, so I'm staying in. Daria, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for your participation too. Dr. Brown, thank you so much for being here. Tino, I see you working. I'm loving it. Dr. Brown, I know you probably on vacation somewhere exotic. I'm on my way there too. Y'all, this one's a tough one here. I'm gonna break the bad news, y'all. I'm gonna break the bad news. None of us live forever. Unfortunately, none of us live forever. Miss Debbie, thank you so much for being here. Miss Debbie said, although my parents are deceased, a lot of the habits were passed down through family, not wanting to let others know what's going on, not wanting to burden or others, etc. Put together a red folder. Absolutely, Miss Debbie. You saw exactly where I was going with that slide, didn't you? Y'all, when I first started doing these Teaching Tuesday segments, this is how long Miss Debbie been with me. This is how long you've been with me, Miss Debbie. I created a video called The Red Folder, and y'all see it up on the screen. It's the red folders. I'm actually working on an actual folder. It's a product that you all are going to have access to that's going to cover a lot of the topics that I talk about, like our wills, our trusts, our bills, our health insurance, our life insurance in that red folder. Miss Debbie has been with me from the beginning, y'all. That's when I started this. The reality, guys, is all of us, all of our parents, all of us are going to pass one way or another. None of us live forever. That's a sad thought. So we try to do and spend as much time with our family as we can because we know eventually it has to end, right? That's just the way it works. So we need to have the conversations with our parents. For those of you that's just joining, we're talking about the 5 hard conversations that we need to have with our parents. We're talking about their physical and mental well-being, their living arrangements, the financial talk, their expectations of us, and lastly, end of life. Okay? It happens to all of us. That's why I made it our last slide. We're going to talk about end of life. Listen, guys, I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Miss Debbie, I'm sure you would agree. Tracy, Tino, Daria, a lot of you guys will agree. The end of life talk, is our parents' life insurance in place? Do we know what a policy is? Is the policy active? Are there loans on the policies? Have they canceled them? Are they canceled for non-payment? Can they continue to afford them? That's a question that we all need to have, because the truth is, if you don't know where mom's life insurance policy is and something happens to mom, how do you file a claim? Who pays? There's no place that you can go and find that information. If you call me and say, John, I think mom had life insurance, but I couldn't find it, I'm going to say, well, I'm sorry. It's no database for life insurance. If your parents need life insurance, we put the link below. Y'all can book a call with me. You can fill out that form and I'll call you within 24 hours. We'll look at your parents' situation and get their life insurance taken care of, okay? No matter their situation, no matter their health right now, no matter their age, I can still help them. Fill out that form and let's get them taken care of. It's the appointment request form. It's going to ask basic questions, but once you fill it out, I'm able to call you and we can do a quote over the phone and get them taken care of. So when having the end of life talk, we have to ask our parents, guys, do you have life insurance, mom? Let's put that back up there. We're going to ask our mom, do you have life insurance? Is your life insurance in place, mom? And where is it? Do you have your red folder? And where is your red folder? And in that red folder, everything that I need to know about you is in that red folder. Miss Debbie, I know you got your red folder. I appreciate you. All right. We're also going to ask our parents, mom, do you have a living will? It's 4 of us boys. They have to split your assets. We don't want it to go to court and go through probate, 6 and 7 months of paying legal fees and court costs. So we need to know if you have a living will, Mom, and where is that living will? Has it been filed? Do we know that it's official? Has it been signed? Has it been notarized? Those are questions we should ask. Also, guys, here's a big one. And in several videos, I talked about this, is having a living will and having a trust. If your mom or parents get sick and they have to go to a nursing home or long-term care facility and they do not have long-term care insurance and they own property, the next way to pay for that property is through your assets, which would include your property. That's the only way to pay for your nursing home and long-term care. If you all have heard the story of people losing their houses because they go to a nursing home or because they need rehabilitation long-term, or they need someone to come to their house and give them home health care, and now they lost their house because they had to go to a nursing home. The reason why, guys, many times is because they don't have a trust in place. It's important that we seek out legal assistance to our parents so that they could possibly get a trust. Y'all understand what I'm saying? If you do, give me a thumbs up. Y'all have any questions? I know that's a touchy subject, this end of life talk. All right, guys. So just to review what we talked about a lot today. And y'all know I don't like to keep y'all on long, 45 minutes. Y'all have any questions? Go ahead and ask those questions. Remember, guys, you can join my Facebook group too. The Facebook group is right there in the link. Y'all go there and join that Facebook group so that we can have conversations about ways to help our parents, ways to help ourselves. But today, guys, we talked about the 5 hard conversations that we need to have with our parents, or that our parents need to have with us. Just to review those, y'all, we talked about physical and mental health. We talked about their living arrangements. Are they able to take care of their home? Is mail piling up? Are they eating healthy, right? We talked about the financial talk. Get in their business when it comes to their money. Not to take it, but to make sure no one's taking it from them. All right. Then we talked about their long-term expectations of us as children. Do they plan on living with us? Are they okay with assisted living? How often do they plan on seeing us? Do they want to see us every day, every week? Or are they okay with seeing us twice or 3 or 4 times a year? Okay, and let's see if we can accommodate that, because we know ultimately it's going to be an end-of-life situation, because that's the conclusion for all of us, right? So when we're looking at end-of-life situations, we're going to put that slide up there for end-of-life. Do they have their life insurance in place? Do they have a living will? Do they have and do they need a trust? And if so, let's find ways to get it done. Listen, guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, we're here every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. We call it Teaching Tuesday, where we discuss all things insurance, health insurance, life insurance, Medicare, all. It's here. Sorry, y'all had a Wi-Fi issue going on. All my guests is here. I want to say thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. If you need anything, you all know how to get in touch with me. You can call me directly, 469-563-0658. That's my direct cell phone number. I'm the only person gonna answer that phone. I'm gonna take this slide off so I can talk to y'all. Let's take that slide down. Let me talk to it. Okay. All right, guys. So you can call me. Y'all see my number right there, 469-563-0658. If you are an email person, maybe you're a business person, you're working all the time, you also can email me. I'm going to throw my email up there. It is jdavis@insured-helper.com. I think we have that already loaded in. Ordering my book now. Thank you. So thanks, Sarita. I appreciate you. Remember, guys, you can go buy my book. I'm gonna throw my book up there. It's called No Dumb Question: Life Insurance Questions You're Too Embarrassed to Ask. Y'all take a look at that book. It's going to answer a lot of questions that you may have wondered about. We talk about marijuana in that book. We talk about maybe having weight issues. We talk about having a felony on your criminal background. All of that stuff in that book. So go cop that book, guys. Also, remember, I have my Facebook group up and going. It's called Life Insurance, Retirement, Business, and Medicare Best Tips. Go there and join that group. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to push that group, guys. I want to get off my personal Facebook and hone in to y'all's questions and things like that. Okay. So that book, that link for the book, it's thepayhip.com. Go there and take a look at that book, guys. Give me your feedback and reviews. All right. All right, guys. Hey, I want to tell y'all again, thank you so much for joining me. Today is Tuesday night. Thanks, Miss Debbie, for joining. Today is Tuesday night. I know y'all got the kids to get to school tomorrow. Y'all probably got lunches to make tonight and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining me. I love y'all. Appreciate you being here. And I will see you guys on next Tuesday. I'm going to have a good topic. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, and have a good night.